Welcome to Capitan Morgan's Wargaming. I am part of the Editchfield 40K's Unification Wargamers group, which can be found on Facebook. I'll put a link in the description below. Welcome, and this is my video starting my Tactica series. Today we're going to be talking about list building, and this is part one of my list building tactic videos. Right, list building for casual games, and that not a problem. It's when you get into competitive play. How important is list building then? I'd probably say about 10-20% it matters, because you could take any net list. Let's take Nick Nanavanti's LVO Orc list.
Walk!
Now, he did quite well with that list. He lost to Alex Harrison, but that wasn't the list for bad list. It was just a bad matchup and with Vect bits and pieces. But the point is, he did really well with that. You want us normal players and those that aren't at the top end of competitive play wouldn't have done so well with that list. Conversely, you could take an average and pool list on paper, and somebody like Nanavanti will win a few games. He won't win a whole tournament with it, but he'll win more games than you or I would with it. So for me, list building is important, and you're going to have to build a list that's going to win you the missions. Depending on what the missions, is it ITC, ETC, is it new chapter approved, old chapter approved, or is it from the main rule book? These things are important when building lists. You've got to take those into effect, because if you're going to a tournament where it's all from a rule book, and you're going to get, and if you're tabled and it's a major loss, even if you're up on points, it's no point taking a huge something that's likely to get wiped. Your best type of build then is to take the nastiest list you can do to wipe your opponent as soon as possible, whether that be turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, 5. Just the aim is to wipe it completely. Whereas if you're playing the new chapter approved missions, where tabling doesn't matter, it's the points you keep the points you've accrued, then building a horde style list that's going to still be there turn 5, turn 6, and you maybe got more points, or if it's still there turn 3, 4, and you've got more points, your opponent might not get enough back in the remaining rounds to to overturn that victory. So you could be wiped and still win, which is more of an interesting thing and lends itself to a different type of build. So, as I said, have a look at the missions, see what armies you've got, and what units you've got. Can you build a list that is going to stand up? You're going to face knights, and guard. Especially UK meta, you're not going to get rid of them. I think even in ITC, Knights and Guard I think Chaos suit Ynnari, Alda, your Drakari, mixtures. You're going to see all those sort of things because they're good. They pretty much counter anything. So you can't build just for one type. You can't build a list that's going to take knights, because if you come up against a horde army, you're going to fail. So you've got to have a mixture of both. You've got to be as best as you can, and where your deficiencies are, you cover them up with the areas you're strong in. And it's then getting that list onto the table and playing it to death, so that you know all the little tricks and shenanigans you can do with it, and how it's going to perform against different armies. And I would say play what you think is your bad matchups. Practice until you so you start thinking of ways to come up, and now play it. That's the end of this one. In the second part, I will go through how to build a list for most factions. I'm going to use Pompey Pillage as a guide point for this year's Pompey Pillage tournament I'm going to. So you'll see me go through the list process, building process with that. I pretty much knew what I was going to take. I'm going to go through the missions and run down the missions for you, and then why I think the list I'm taking is going to be serve me well there. And we'll see how it does. It might need a few tweaks here and there, but that's the way you go. You play test and you come up and see something doesn't work, so you swap it if you have to. Okay.
Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please hit the share button, like, subscribe, and hit the bell button to stay up to date with the notifications. And remember, everybody knows the dice are low.